I got my cards organized. Got my desk slightly organized. And I'm over the crud. I was dealing with the crud over before New Year's and over New Year's. All right, there we go. We are simulcast. We are going. Welcome to Magical Monday Manifestations. First Monday of 2023. Woohoo! Welcome to 2023, y'all. And let's get those manifestations started out right. So my name is Valorie Lewis. This is Tarot Unicorns and Coffee. And we do a card pull, a free card pull, group card pull every Monday. Every Monday, y'all. We pull tarot cards first, and then we pull oracle cards. And this is just so that we can get guidance from the divine, get a little input about where our week might take us, what we might focus on to be in the best vibration to manifest our life the way we want it to manifest, or to deal with and navigate whatever is coming up in our life in the best, smoothest possible fashion with ease and guidance from above. Above. Maybe not so much above. Maybe I should say all around us. I don't know. My guides don't always stay above me. Sometimes they're sitting right next to me with guidance from the divine all around you every day. Just look for it. It's there. Okay, so I'm going to ask you that you ground yourself in whatever way feels comfortable for you. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slow breath out is the easiest way to feel grounded in the moment. Bringing your attention to this present moment in time, and then focus your intentions, your questions on what you want to receive. What guidance are you looking for? What insight are you looking for? What energy are you looking to receive? What questions do you have for the divine, for your spirit guides? And once you is focused there for just a moment, I want you to release those questions, knowing that they will be answered, and allow yourself to open up and receive and allow and be present for and accepting of all of the answers that come your way today. Today's deck, like I said, I picked a deck that I have not pulled from for quite a while. Today's deck is the Game of Thrones deck. Just felt right. So I am pulling our tarot. Ooh, that one was jumping up. Pick me, you too. Who else? All right, we've got our tarot cards. Now this is really going to tax my memory banks, because now I have to remember all the characters in the storyline of the entire Game of Thrones series. All right, let's see. Ooh, major arcana right off the bat. Damn, a lot of major arcana in our spread today. Can somebody spotlight me? Major arcana to start our week off, and it is the moon. We have a moon this week. We have a moon every fucking day. We have a full moon this week. So fitting that the moon is coming in. Also, 2023 is a 7-year, which is related to the Chariot, which is related to the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. Yay. So y'all see how I connected all those dots. But here we go. So maybe that's why we're pulling up moon energy. Moon energy. I also have a book. I ordered a calendar. Some of y'all are familiar with it, from We Moon. And it's got all the cycles of the moon, but it talked about how important the moon cycles and syncing up with the moon cycles are going to be this year. And it's not just because it's a moon book. They tied in numerology and what the astrological signs and everything is doing. So with that being on my mind, it makes sense that we're pulling the moon. I feel like the moon and the moon's energy are going to be very important for those of us who are drawn to the moon energy, more so than in other years. It's going to be a very important year for resonating and syncing up with those moon cycles. So we have the moon on our Monday. And the moon as a card, as a message, major arcana, so overarching theme for all areas of our life. The moon for me is about letting things be illuminated in a different way. So moonlight is different than sunlight. And sometimes, I think personally, sometimes, even though the traditional message of the moon is don't be misguided by what you see under moonlight, because it's not really real. But I think that sometimes looking at things under moonlight can give us a shift in perspective, can give us a different way of looking at things. Maybe it's not all false. Maybe we do need to look at things in a just under a different light, under a different source of light, so that we can see a different perspective. And then even if it's illusionary for our brain, because the moon often represents illusionary aspects, even if it's illusionary, it still gives us a different way of looking at things, and we can take that aspect of whatever we're looking at and merge it with whatever we feel is the true aspect. I hope that makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. That's what's coming up for the moon for me. I do not recognize what this particular scene is. Oh, yes, I do. It's the hole. It's the castle in the sky where they open the hole in the floor and they push you out and you die. That's not what we're going to do for 2023. But I do like the aspect of this moon is kind of hidden here. It's not until you open that portal, so to speak, that you see the moon in all its loveliness. So open yourself up, be receptive of moon energy is what I have for you as far as the message from that card. Allow yourself to see things under a different perception. Allow yourself to wonder at the magic of the night, not specifically darkness, but just the magic of the night. The night is wonderful, and it shows us many different wonders that we would never, ever, ever see during daylight. The next one, ooh, someone over in chat has also been getting messages to sync with the moon. It's going to be powerful this year. Two of Coins is the next one. Two of Pentacles in Tarot speak. I want to see what this says. Oh, a Lannister always repays his debt. Y'all, that was one of my favorite lines from the movie. I love it. And I love the, dang it, I can't think of his name, but you know who I'm talking about. The key Lannister that I loved. Christina's about to put it in chat because she knows exactly who I'm talking about. A Lannister always repays his debt is what this one says. And Two of Coins is about being balanced. Is there something that you have said that you were going to do that you are not upholding in this moment? Are you balanced in your word and what you actually do? Two of Coins, and why I'm saying that is because Pentacles is related to our earth, is related to those things that are manifested for us, our see it, touch it, taste it, real world is the Pentacles. And this is two, and it's asking for us to balance. And so it's asking for us to balance what we say we're going to do and what we're actually doing in the real world. And I'm going to tie that into 2023. What have you said that you were going to do that you are just still thinking about and trying to figure out a plan for? This year is calling for action. If you're saying that you're going to do it, if you're thinking that you're going to do it, if source is calling you to do it, do you have a calling that you are not taking action on? Now is the year to balance that out with actual action in the real world. And what was another thing that came up to me as I was thinking about this? Oh, the things we say that we're going to do when we're high vibing, and then we drop to a lower vibe and we're like, fuck that. Y'all, go with the flow wherever you are vibing at. Do not feel obligated to hold yourself to something that you said you were going to do when you were in a different vibration. A lot of times we make decisions, choices, and sign ourselves up for obligations and responsibilities when we're low vibing. That's the majority of what we do. And then we work and we get into a higher vibe, and those things that we said that we were going to do are just not resonating with us anymore. Do not force yourself to uphold an obligation that you made when you were in a lower vibration. Allow yourself to renegotiate or to even dissolve that obligation once you reach that higher vibration, because sticking with obligations that you made from a lower vibration is just going to pull you back down into that vibration. And if you feel a struggle, if you feel a weightiness on your shoulder when you think about a responsibility or an obligation, that's why, because you are no longer in resonance with that choice, with that obligation, with that responsibility. Reevaluate it, reevaluate yourself. Maybe your energy needs to shift. Maybe the situation needs to go a different way, but don't let yourself be pulled into obligations and responsibilities that you are not in resonance with, that are not in balance with yourself. So there's one. You can change your mind. That's what I'm saying. You can change your mind, and please do, especially when it's a vibrational thing. Jamie, Tyrion. No, it was Tyrion. It was definitely Tyrion. Yes, Tyrion. Tyrion is the Lannister that I love. Okay. And then the Empress, another major arcana. And this is Mother of Dragons. See her dragons there in the sky behind her. The Empress, again, is related to Earth. So we have a lot of Earth energy here. I believe that the moon is more closely associated with Earth than the sun, just because it's closer. We have Pentacles related to Earth. We have the Empress related to, is the Empress and the Emperor are earthly bound mother and father in the tarot, so to speak. This is definitely going to be the year of getting shit done, y'all, in the real world. In the real world, getting stuff done in the real world, seeing physical manifestations of things. And this Empress energy is coming through to remind you of nurturing those goals and those dreams, nurturing that seedling that you are wanting to bring in. The Empress is sometimes represented as a pregnant figure, meaning that she is about to give birth to something new. What is it in 2023 that you would like to give birth to? And that means not get pregnant with, not gestate with, give birth to in 2023. That means this is something that you've already been set in motion in 2022, or maybe even further back. And you are at a point to actually give birth to it, to bring it forth into the real world in a real manifested way. That is what we are being called to do with this Empress energy, and she is here to assist us. Mother of Dragons, what a badass to be representing the Empress. If you need some of that badass energy to help bring your manifestations about, now is the time. Tap into that Empress energy to bring your manifestations out into the real world in a nurturing way, in a caring way, in a loving way, because not because it serves you, it does, but because you're concerned with the status of the world, because you want to raise the vibration and the frequency of the world, and it is time for you to birth your gift to the world. It is time for you to share your love with the world, to share who you are, your true self with the world, to share maybe a talent or skill with the world. The world needs you now more than ever before. So birth that into the world and let it not only assist you, but assist the world as a whole. And then we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant, I don't remember his name either, but I definitely remember his character. And he was the religious character of the Game of Thrones, or one of the foremost religious. No, I think he was the only, no, he wasn't the only one. He was the foremost religious character for the families. Anyway, the Hierophant asked us, another major arcana, overarching theme, the Hierophant asked us to examine our beliefs. And especially if y'all know the Game of Thrones, some of y'all do, this dude right here, religious, but also he was like, he made stuff happen. So he was constantly re-examining his beliefs throughout the series. Like, is what I'm doing correct? It doesn't feel correct. How can I make it right? How can I make it right and benefit others? Sometimes he was selfish and he made it right only for himself, and things did not work out when he made it right only for himself. And he worked through those things. He worked through those challenges. We all do it sometimes. But the Hierophant is a chance for us to examine our beliefs and examine our actions in the world. Are our beliefs lining up with our actions? And the way that you can know if your beliefs are lining up with your actions are you in a struggle? Do you keep saying, why does this keep turning out this way? Could be that your beliefs are not lining up with your actions. Could be that your beliefs have shifted, but you keep doing the same old actions. And that's why you feel stuck, because your actions need to shift to match up with your beliefs. A chance to examine your beliefs, and also a chance to reaffirm those beliefs that are correct and that are working for you. A time for you to shore up the foundation. The Hierophant speaks of foundations, foundational beliefs. So if your beliefs are all intact, that's great. Shore up that foundation, build it up, make it a little bit stronger, fill in the cracks, check for leaks, reaffirm those. Why did I start believing this? Oh yeah, it was that book I read. Maybe it's time to read that book again. Reaffirm those foundations and those beliefs for yourself if they are working for you, and change them if they are not. And then we have the Knight, action again. Did I say that 2023 was about moving into action and getting shit done? I think Spirit is saying the same thing. Action, Knight of Spears, Knight of Swords. Swords. Is Spirit swords or wands? One moment. I think Spears might be wands. Let me check for this deck. I get confused when they don't just use the right words for the right things. Spears is wands. Spears is wands in this deck. So the Knight is action, moving forward. Again, I'm going to tie that into this Empress when I said it's time to birth something to the world, because wands is about your personal magic. It's about magic in general. It's about your skill set. It's about your passion. It's related to the element of fire. What lights you up inside that has been lighting you up for a while, and you keep sucking the oxygen out of it by your, I can't right now. I don't have the skills. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. It's not the right time. I'll wait a little bit longer. You're sucking the oxygen away from that flame instead of stoking that flame. Now is the time to move forward on whatever that passion is, whatever that fire that is asking to be let out into the world. Let your light, your fire out into the world, and move forward with that in a real actionable way, not just in a, I'm just going to think about it some more. No, in a real actionable way. Take action on your passions. So that's the tarot cards. I love it. I had to show you this. As I was cleaning that, I cleaned one of my sayings that I have on this little block. Do y'all like that saying? Can y'all read it? Make today your bitch. We all need that energy on a Monday. That's my Monday energy for today. We need that. How about make this year your bitch? How about that? Stop letting life slap you around. Slap it back. Chokehold it if you need to. Y'all didn't hear that from me. I do not advocate for violence. Okay, that's the tarot. Now we get to go to oracle cards. I don't know what oracle card. Which ones are calling me? You. And you, for starters. Believe in your own magic. I think that's very fitting. Believe in your own magic. Because isn't that the only reason why we don't move forward? If somebody said your idea is, if somebody could come down and whisper in your ear and say, that idea that you've held on to since you were 12 years old, if you just do A, B, and C, it will absolutely 100% turn out exactly the way you've dreamed about it. We would all do it, right? I mean, I know I would. Y'all know what my dream was when I was a little girl? I'm gonna share, don't laugh. Jim, y'all remember the cartoon Jim? Jim and the holograms. Some of y'all are too young to remember that. Jim and the holograms, look it up, Google it. Anyway, she was a superstar on stage, a pop singer on stage. And I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. Anyway, I just knew that one day I was going to be on stage. I didn't know if I was going to be singing, if I was going to be performing. That has shifted. Now I want to be a public speaker. But one day I will be on stage in front of thousands of people. I don't know how it's going to happen. That's not my job to figure out how it's going to happen. I had to learn that the hard way too. All the times I tried to make it happen, and Spirit was like, finally got it through my hard head. It's not for me to decide how it's going to happen. Anyway, that's one of my dreams. Now, if somebody came and whispered in my ear and said, Valorie, if you do this, this, and this through 2023, by November 2023, you will absolutely be on stage in front of thousands. That would be done. I don't. What do you need me to do? You want me to do the tango with the skunk? I will do it. Whatever you need me to do, if that's the end result, I will do it. So it's not so much that belief is the only thing that holds us back from our dreams. Believing that it can actually happen is the only thing that holds us back from taking action. So how about we all just believe a little bit more in 2023? If you were given a dream from the divine, it can absolutely happen. And it's not your job to figure out how. It's your job to keep believing. Just keep believing. That's a song and I sang it wrong. Just keep believing. Believe in yourself is the oracle deck. Stars. Isn't that a beautiful? They're in their bedroom, but as they look up, they just see the whole galaxy above them. And it's card number 5, and it's stars, and it says, you can manifest your every wish. Oh, I love it when spirit backs me up. I love that, Christina. I love it. I will be in your orchestra. I played in orchestra. I would be in that orchestra. Are clothes optional for orchestra members as well? I will be in that orchestra. I play cello, y'all, so it would cover up most of the parts that would scare y'all. So it would be a good combo. Okay, stars. It's time for you to take your goals and turn them into your reality. Create that dream board. Wish on those shooting stars. Write in a daily manifestation journal. Ooh, cast a small or large spell. The universe is waiting to give you exactly what you deserve. Y'all hear that? The universe is waiting to give you exactly what you deserve. Here's a little asterisk that Valerie Lewis is adding on. What do you feel like you deserve? Because the universe can only give you what you feel like you deserve. Maybe you need to up that deservability a little bit so you can get a little bit more of what you want. Okay, there was a comma. The universe is waiting to give you exactly what you deserve, given that it is the best for everyone involved. And everyone in this room has wishes, goals, dreams, aspirations, hopes that are the best for everyone involved. But if you feel like you are not getting what you deserve or getting what the universe is telling you is yours, up your deservability. Keep in mind that you also need to believe that you deserve it. I love it. Look at that. Look at them. They know that they deserve. They have the whole galaxy above them and they're just picking and choosing. Which star am I going to wish on? Because whatever that is, it's absolutely going to come true for me. Let's all have that belief. Let's have the belief that we had when we were younger, when we just knew that we could sing on stage with Jim and the Holograms, even though they were cartoons. And we just knew that we could conduct an orchestra naked if we wanted to. Let's have that conviction again. Oh, thank you, Mary. Okay, next deck from Gabby Bernstein, Super Attractor. I heard she has a new book, and I have heard really good things about that new book. I think it's called Happiness Now or Happy Now. Happiness, Happy Now, Happy. I don't know. I'm trying to read lips. What is it, Jacqueline?
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Happy Day. I have heard really good things about that book. I don't have that book yet and haven't read it, but I've heard really good things about that book. Ooh, I like this one. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love, and the joy I put out. My faith in love and the joy I put out. I like that. I'm just going to let that sit with y'all because I feel like I don't need to talk on that one. We'll let y'all sit with that and let y'all percolate on that. What does that mean to you personally? I'm going to pull a Moonology card too, but not yet. Right now we're going to Keepers of Delight by Kyle Gray. Does Valerie need more coffee? No. But I'm gonna drink it anyway. Oh, y'all know the good benefit of being sick. My sickness, in particular, I had absolutely no appetite. I would be starving and nothing would sound good, so I just wouldn't eat. I lost weight, y'all. Isn't that a good way to go into 2023? Bring it on. If I just got to get a little bit of flu every month, I would take 2 days of flu every month instead of 30 days of gym time if I could lose the same amount of weight. I'm making that bargain with Spirit right now. Oh, that would only be 24 days of flu a year, and I wouldn't have to do any gym time. That sounds like a good deal to me. Be careful what you wish for. I know. Yeah, when I think about it, I don't think I want to be that. When I get sick, I also get disconnected. So yeah, when I think about it, you're right. It sounded good though. Okay, angels and ancestor, keepers of the light. I'm trying to pronounce this name before I turn the card around. Kuthumi, cloak of wisdom. Look at that image. I love it. Look at the snake, y'all. The one eating its own tail. Symbol of cycles, among many other things, but a symbol of cycles. We're back to talking about cycles. He's got sacred geometry too. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. I don't know that specific symbol, but I know it's sacred geometry along with the Ankh. Very interesting. Anyway, in the small print, it says you already know the answers you seek. Trust what you know. Let's see. I did mispronounce it. Pronounce Kuthumi. Kuthumi, K-O-O-T -H-U-M-I. Kuthumi is an ascended master who appears as a well-dressed Indian man with a golden aura. Love it. Let's see. What is his message? He helps light workers go beyond the limits set by others and cultivate a personal connection to God. Interject whatever word you need, synonym for God that you want if God does not resonate with you. He helps light workers, everyone here is a light worker, go beyond the limits set by others. Go beyond the limits set by this world and cultivate a personal connection to God, because that personal connection is what allows you to believe in the unbelievable. There is no unbelievable, but y'all like to call it unbelievable. So I'm just going with what we all call it. To believe in the impossible, to make the possible possible. That connection is what keeps you on that level where nothing is impossible and everything is believable. The message is knowledge is learned, wisdom is remembered. You are in a real cloak of wisdom now. Like Kuthumi, you have been on a wandering path, trying to find answers through study and the insights of others. But now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. Your soul is leading the way and you are being encouraged to follow. The fog is clearing. The light has come and it is shining on you. Your soul, deeper than us, deeper than your human existence, your soul is saying yes. It is your cheerleader. Follow it and trust the endless wisdom within you. Go, go, go with an exclamation point. Every card I'm pulling is talking about calling us into action. I feel like the angels are up in the skies blowing their trumpets. Are y'all hearing them? They're saying now is the time. Now is the time. Hold on, there was something I wanted. Oh, here, I wanted to read this part. You've been on a wandering path trying to find answers through study and the insights of others. When it said the insights of others, I was like, oh, you mean like an internet psychic like me? Y'all trying to find answers through the insights of others? But then it says, but now you are uncovering the truth of your own soul. I think what Kuthumi is telling me is that I'm working myself out of a job. I'm okay with that. If everybody finds their own enlightenment and no longer needs an internet psychic, I will be okay with that, because can you imagine the world when no one needs to look to anyone else for that divine insight. Oh my God. Yes, let's move towards that. But in the meantime, I'm here to assist and help. The second one, because I pulled two cards, I know I'm going to mess this one up too. Serapis Bay, Ascension. Ha! I just turned the card over. Ascension. In the small print, move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. Let's see what the extended message on this one is. I do love that it's got an Egyptian tie-in. Y'all know I have ties to ancient Egypt. He is the light keeper in charge of ascension, period. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he is a presence we can call on in order to ascend. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of a phoenix. A phoenix is one of my spirit animals, giving us support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. I love that. The extended message is, the stars cannot shine without darkness. Think about that for a minute. The stars cannot shine without darkness. That is true. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma, or depression, but this is a new beginning, becoming aware of growth. There is always room for improvement. There's also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support it. And let me add, and collectively, I do believe we are all ascending as well. And it will continue, and it is expanding upon itself, this collective expansion, when we come together in meetings like this, and we add all of our energy to this ascension energy. I feel it. Do y'all feel it? I feel it. Don't fall. There's my bell. I have so many bells. I've been told that y'all can't hear bells when I do this on Zoom. Can y'all hear it? Nobody can hear it. Isn't that so insanely ridiculous? Y'all see my other bell? It says ring for coffee. That is so weird to me that y'all can't hear bells. I think there's something more going on there, because y'all can't hear my sounding bowl when I play it either. And I don't think it's just the settings on Zoom. It's very interesting to me that y'all hear my voice and y'all hear other noises, but you can't hear the chimes and the bells. Frequency, it's definitely a frequency thing. I gotta fill into that and see what that's all about. Ring for coffee. I love this bell. Y'all know where I got this? I'm all over the place and I don't care. Dollar Tree. Years ago, they don't carry them anymore. I should have got 4, 5, 6 of them and handed them out. I should take it to the coffee shop. Christina, we should go get coffee, and I should just sit at the table and ring that bell. I would drive everybody insane. I would be banned from a coffee shop. Ooh, I should make that my goal for 2023. Valorie got banned from a coffee shop. Now that would be something cool to write in my memoirs. The coffee lover herself got banned from a coffee shop. Okay, love this one. This is from Beyond Lemuria. So we got a little starseed energy coming into the reading today. And it is Soul Star Chakra, a chakra that maybe some of us are not entirely familiar with. Some of us might be, but it is card number 10, and it says hanging with the divine. A recurring theme, y'all. We had that one that said connection to God, and now we have this one that says hanging with the divine. Let's see what this Soul Star Chakra is about. I'm going to read the keywords first. Transcendence, letting go, being filled with divine light, channeling, karmic records, the bridge between the spiritual and the physical realms, and ascension again. Okay, the card. The image captures the merging of time between space and the image captures the merging of time between space and kaleidoscope wisdom that penetrates our being. We have lived in many worlds, all interconnected. They uphold the lessons as they carry messages of transformation. Their synergy creates the expansion of the universe. Gaze into the place where the light between our stardust can be anything, and collective evolution is part of a grander story. That space between light, the light between our stardust can become anywhere. That place, I call that the quantum. And I love going to the quantum. I'm going to do some events on going to the quantum where I lead us all to the quantum. Anyway, when we simply let go, we become all that we have been seeking and glimpse a greater dream. And the additional message is, remember that you are an infinite being with the ability to expand your awareness beyond space and time. Consider that paradigms outside this physical reality may be unfathomable until we raise our vibration and can think outside the mind. That's that quantum, y'all. Meditate on the idea that everything that ever was and ever will be is happening simultaneously right now across multiple dimensions. I love it. Where is this chakra located? 15 centimeters above the head. For a card healing, anywhere just above the head is fine. And the color wash or the color of this chakra is kaleidoscope rainbow, according to this book. Does that sound right, Jillian? I know Jillian knows about some of the higher chakras that I do not know about. I'm getting a nod. Okay. Awesome. I don't want to give y'all misinformation because I have not researched that chakra, but it seems to be accurate based on the book and Jillian. Soul Star Chakra, maybe do some Soul Star Chakra work this week to help you get in the vibration that Spirit is trying to lead us to so that we can manifest what we want, get through whatever challenges or obstacles might be facing us. Maybe it's calling for that type of energy to be more incorporated or calling for us to balance that chakra or open that chakra, especially if you've been unaware of that chakra. At the very least, look into it and see if that chakra is something that might help you. The color matches the color of my eyeglasses. It does. It does. I love this deck. That's what the deck looks like. It's just got beautiful artwork. Aside from being light codes in it, which y'all know I love light codes, and aside from being related to star seeds and interstellar energy, I love this deck. It's got a purplish theme to it. Pardon me. Soul Star is just above your crown chakra and is your ultimate soul awareness. Ooh, now I'm intrigued. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that. That soul, I believe that our soul is bigger than ourselves, and that only a tiny, small, I wouldn't call it tiny, that only a small portion of that soul's essence, so to speak, incarnates within our physical self. And some of us walk around disconnected from our bigger self throughout our whole life, and that's just our path, and that's just fine. I believe I had many lifetimes where I was not fully connected to the bigger part of me. But then some of us, like I believe everyone in this world, or in this room, we either are connected or we are on a path to find that connection. And I feel like when we talk about connecting with the divine, yes, that's fine, but we also can work on connecting with our soul, which means connecting with all of who we are, connecting with that bigger part of ourselves that knows all of our incarnations, that knows all of our experiences, that has such deep wisdom for us personally, not universal wisdom, but deep wisdom for us personally. Like, what did we learn in the past lifetime? And what did we come here to do? And how many lifetimes have we decided to spread that task out over? Like those soul things. So I have been drawn and will continue to do work to connect with that larger part of myself, connect with that soul essence of who I am. And so maybe that's why the soul card, soul chakra came up, so that we can all work a little bit more on that. Full moon in Cancer. I didn't tell y'all what deck I'm pulling from. Moonology manifestations, full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. Let your fears dissolve. Let me go to the book. Full moon in Cancer. Fear and neediness may now be at play. Fear is debilitating, while neediness isn't usually very attractive. Acting out of fear is a risky response. So if you dwell on your insecurities, what you'll manifest is an extension of those insecurities. The reason why we should face our fears is that in doing so, they often simply dissolve. If we don't face them, they can influence us to act in ways we otherwise wouldn't, which means we can end up manifesting the very thing that we were hoping to avoid. True, very true. I've done it. That's why I know it's true. To see off the fear that's in you, face it right now. Facing your fears and working out where they came from will point you in the right direction and get you in the right mindset. See if it says anything else. It gives a little tips of other energies or other things that you might want to work with, and talks about items that you might add to a ritual. Patchouli essential oil. I just lit some patchouli. Yay, patchouli essential oil. Let's see. Call in Selene, goddess of the moon, to guide you, which means you can also work with the crystal selenite because that is the same energy. Imagine Selene's energy as a silver beam bathing your entire body, and ask her to guide you as you live. Guide you. Okay, there's a misprint. And ask her to guide you as you live in tune with the moon. There's that moon again. A manifestation affirmation. I completely love and accept myself as I am. I love that. Let your fears dissolve. Let your fears dissolve. That's a tool to manifestation because I'm pulling from the manifestation deck. If you're working on trying to bring something about, work on your fears. Yes. All right. Dragons. I know I was about to say, what other deck should I want to hear from? But I know y'all going to say dragons. I know it already. We're going to do dragons. And then, oh my God, that deck is going to just fall all over the place. Maybe I need to get on that project before spring of 2025. Because I can't, these decks that don't stay in their tuck boxes are very annoying to me. When something annoys me enough, then I do tend to get the project moved to the top of my list. And Spirit knows that. That's why Spirit likes to annoy me. Maybe I should change my way of being. Maybe I shouldn't let my, what do you call it? My motivation be annoyance. Then Spirit will stop annoying me. How about that? Okay. I said I was going to go to Dragon Path, but this deck just ended up right in my hand and I didn't mean it to, but we're going to. One moment. Yes, it is full moon. I just looked it up yesterday. It's full moon in, damn it. It's the wolf moon. I know that. Is it full moon in, is it Cancer? I don't think it's Cancer. Who posted that? Kitty, what is the full moon in? What sign is it in this Friday? I forgot. In any event, Rebel Deck. I'm gonna pull right off the top because it seems relevant. Get the fuck outside, move your ass. I feel like, remember how we pulled all those pentacles and that earth energy and the grounding energy and the tarot? I feel like that is very relevant, that energetically wise, because getting outside and getting in touch with the actual earth, feeling yourself moving around in the world, but actually taking time to notice what has manifested around you. And realizing that everything around you is a reflection of your own manifestations, your own manifesting skills. Do you see a butterfly? Do you see that skunk that spirit wants you to tango with? Do you see a beautiful tree? Did you find something on sale? That's all you. You manifested that. You want to attribute to other people. You co-created that manifestation with other people. So you manifested that. Get outside and start looking at the world as a reflection of what you have personally manifested. But the other side of this, now that I've talked about manifesting and connecting with nature, the other side of this says your body is pissed at you. And I think that could be true for many of us here in the US who are going through the winter months, who just do not spend that much time outside. Your body is like, hey, this weather's that you're soft. That's what your body's saying to you. You're soft. Back in the day, a little bit of cold weather never kept us inside. Our ancestors were all seasons, all weathered. You're soft. Stop sitting inside in front of your TV and your fireplace. Get outside. Go for a walk in the brisk air. Let your body feel alive as you choke to breathe because your lungs close down because it's so cold. But still, you know, you're alive, right? All right. Always 6 signs from the current sign. I did not know that. Thank you, Kitty. Always 6 signs from the current sign. Huh. Opposite side of the zodiac. Well, yeah, opposite side. That makes sense. I could have figured that out if I thought about it a little bit. Because, yeah, wherever the sun is, the moon is the opposite, right? So, of course, that would be 6 signs. Huh. Different perspectives, y'all. Y'all know how long I have been focused on the moon and figuring out where the moon was in the sky, but never thought to just count 6 signs and I'd be there. Never thought about that. Fascinating. I love it. And the new moon is in the same sign as the sun. Yep. Got it. Look at me learning how to apply math. All this time I said math was never going to help me. And now look at math. It's showing up in my spiritual world. I never said math was never going to help me. I struggled with math during school, though. I struggled with math and still always made A's. And I think it was just because of the way my brain worked and the way the teacher wanted me to teach me math. And that's why I struggled. I'm pretty proud of the A's I always made in math, even though it wasn't my favorite. You guys. One moment. Dragon path. Look at that dragon. And it's Merlin, the dragon. Magician. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for it, y'all. I'm looking for it while trying to quiet my dog at the same time. Merlin, the dragon. To give him his full name is an incredibly large and sage old dragon whose message is one of teaching and learning. If he has found your way into your reading today, his message is this, quote, not all things are as they seem. That's that moon energy. Remember, the moon was the first card we pulled. Not all things are as they seem. Some are images being reflected back to you, in order for you to understand discernment and use the lessons of self-trust. That's what I was trying to say when I was talking about the moon, but this one says it better. Only once you have done this will you discover how to stand in your own power and own who you truly are, end quote. The Grand Master Dragons are able to shapeshift between their dragon and human or angelic form, in whichever guise he adopts. In whichever guise he adopts. In whichever guise he adopts, Merlin is the teacher of the teachers. So heed his wise counsel. Quote, you are unable to teach others until you fully understand the lessons yourself. Once you have mastered these, you are in a position of clarity and ownership and can share your wisdom with integrity and power. Until then, hold your tongue and continue your journey, discovering what you need to learn, understand, and own. Only then will you be in the place of authority to share your knowledge with others, end quote. If you notice that owls keep crossing your path, know that Merlin is around and willing to share his infinite wisdom with you and show you what you need to learn. He will stretch you and often answer questions with another question, encouraging you to seek the answers from within. He is not an easy Grandmaster to work with, but he will guide you well. That thing about encouraging you to seek the answers from within by answering a question with another question, that reminds me of that other card that we pulled that said you have all the answers that you seek within yourself. So it's all kind of tying in here. What stood out to me? There was something that stood out to me that I wanted to go back over. Did I lose it already? I lost it already. Did I read the right card? How did I get that far out? I don't know. I lost the thought. Oh, owls. When it said, if you notice owls crossing your path. Yeah, I used to play this manifestation game where I would name an object and then look for it all throughout the day. Owl does not have to be a real, actual, physical owl, living, breathing. It can be an owl in an advertisement. It can be an owl on TV. It can be an owl that you see on social media as you're scrolling. Look for owls, because that is a sign that this energy is wanting and available to work with you. All right. That's what I have for you today. I feel good about this reading. I feel like we got a lot of insights and a lot of different perspectives that are going to help us throughout our week. I want to let you know what's coming up tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think it might be tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow, Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time is Chatting with Interstellars, channeled messages and a Q&A with the Interstellars. I love that event. This will be the second time doing that event. I hope you all join me for that. Wednesday morning is Grounded Morning Meditation and Coffee Chat, where we have a group meditation. We also talk about, chat a little bit about spiritual thoughts. Thursday is Energy Clearing and Light Code Transmissions, again, working with interstellar energy for some energy clearing and healing energy transmissions from our interstellar friends. And then keep an eye out on the calendar. We also have an event coming up on the 10th in partnership with Stephanie Gray, which I am super excited about. It is a free event. It is called Art with Interstellars One-on-One, where Stephanie Gray and myself talk about what happens in those Art with Interstellars events. We're going to share some of our artwork. We're going to have some other people who have attended those events come and share their experience of what they've experienced in those events. So it's a way to understand what goes on in those events. And then the actual event itself, the Art with Interstellars, happens on the last Saturday of every month. So I hope you all can come and attend some of those events. I love you all. I hope you have a prosperous, blessed, super magical, manifested 2023. Thank you all for being with me. And I hope we get to hang out on these Mondays throughout all of 2023. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Manifest the shit out of y'all's week. Don't just sit back and think about it. Love you all.